Lights, camera, action. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're viewing from. This is Laura Thompson with TAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach, and you tuned into the coffee break. And I was just sitting here minding my own business, and up walks a very, very special lady that we're going to be having a conversation with today, LaKeisha D. Howard, and she is a candidate and an independent candidate for District 124 for state representative. So how you doing, LaKeisha?
I am doing wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
Wow, so thank you for stopping by to have a little coffee break with me, but we get nosy on the coffee break, right? And so I wanted to find out a little bit about what's going on. I know you're running, and we've been talking, and we've had several conversations about your campaign and what you're doing. So what's on the horizon right now? Right, what's right in front of you?
Oh my goodness, so much is right in front of me right now, but the main thing is getting ready to get our name on the ballot for the November 2026 election. So
wow.
I'm excited that we are at this season, at this part of the campaign, whereas we are getting out there and getting our name out in the community so that people will know who we are and why we're running as an independent, as well as what we need from our community to make sure we're on the ballot.
Wow. So running as an independent is a little bit different than the main parties. And so why did you choose to run as an independent opposed to a Democrat or Republican?
Well, I'll put it like this. Someone once told me, as an independent, their voice is being heard independently. And they've always been independent all their life. That relates directly to me. I have an independent voice. I hear from God, and I act upon that. So because of that, it was important for me not to be tied to a party. No offense against anyone who's Democrat or Republican. But for me, I'm a conservative, independent voice for my community. So my community means a lot to me, and because of that, I chose to be an independent. And I prayed about it. I said, well, I can go this way to get the votes and get the help with funding, or I can go this way, or I can stand true to myself. And that's why I'm running as an independent, a conservative independent.
Right. So a lot of people don't know how that works as an independent candidate. So can you kind of shed some light on, how you go about getting on the ballot, what steps you have to take, what steps you have to take before, and how you have to register as an independent, even way before the primaries and all of that. So can you enlighten us on that?
Absolutely. So as an independent, and it's not a easy process by far, but as an independent, you have to register with your intent to run. Now that intent is recorded at the Secretary of State.
Okay.
Once you set up your ethics account, your bank account, you can go ahead and start campaigning and everything, and then you register your intent as an independent candidate. Now, you cannot be on a ballot for the primaries as an independent. You have to wait till after the primaries, and you have to do a petition drive. So you have to get signatures from registered voters in my particular district, District 124, who have not voted in the primaries at all. They must be registered voters, live in the district, and not have voted in the primaries in order to sign my petition. Now, based on previous election, that's how many signatures I would have to get in this case, I will have to get 500 signatures
Okay.
in order for me to be on the ballot for the November general election.
Okay.
So from the moment that primaries are over, I can start getting those signatures. Not before, but after the primaries are over, I can start collecting the signatures from my family and friends and neighbors who live in District 124. And they can sign my petition. And then I have to turn those names in to the Secretary of State before June. Okay, the end of June.
Validated. Right. Okay.
So once I get those signatures, which are, of course, our goal is to get more than 500, because we want to make sure we have enough signatures to carry over in case there's an error or something, because
Right.
things
And they
happen,
will.
right?
They will.
So we want to get more than 500 to make sure that we are on that ballot for November 2026 election as an independent candidate.
Wow.
Okay, so it's not an easy task, but that's okay because we are all for it.
Right. And it's just
We
all
are
work.
full in.
Yeah, it's all work. It's easy. You just have to work.
Yes, you got to put the work in.
Right. So it's easy. It's, as long as you work.
Yes.
So.
And you have passion for it.
Right. And so number one, you have to be a registered voter in that district. You
District
cannot
124.
District 124. You can't have registered. Voted in the primaries.
Correct.
Right. And then what's the other qualification?
So you have to live in the district.
Okay.
District 124. You have to not have voted in the primaries, which is March 3rd. Early voting before then, starting February 17th.
Okay.
And you must be a registered voter in the district of District 124
Okay.
in order to sign my petition.
Okay.
So we'll be out doing our block walking, getting neighbors to know who we are, who LaKeisha is, who Team LD Howard is, and how we want to impact District 124 through our motto, Love in Action for Sustainability. So when we get out there and we're knocking on our neighbors and family doors, we want them to know it is about their voice in Austin,
Okay.
their priority. So that's where the independent candidate comes into place.
Wow. So I know that I ran as an independent, and sometimes people want to help you because they know you and they sign the ballot. That's why you have to get like more than 500, correct?
Yes.
Because people will, you'll be out and people will sign and say they support you. And they do, in their mind and in their heart.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have voted in the primaries.
That's right.
You have to be a registered voter.
Yes.
And
you must be a registered voter.
right.
You can't have voted in the primaries.
Mhm.
And oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought.
But those are the main things. You got to be registered to vote. Period.
Yes.
Right.
Period.
And then if you voted in the primaries, you cannot
sign the petition. And we cannot collect signatures until after the primaries are over.
That part. So March 4th, if there's not a runoff, which in this case
It will not be because
she's unopposed.
There is one Republican and one Democrat that are running, so they're not opposed at all.
Wow.
So no runoff at all. We'll be able to immediately start getting those signatures March 4th. And that's priority for us because that's how your independent candidate, myself, is going to be able to represent District 124 with those signatures on that ballot for the general election. So we're going to be, like I said, knocking on doors, making sure that people know who I am. Because I don't feel comfortable going to somebody and saying, hey, can I get your signature? and they don't know who I am. I want them to know that I've been in this community. I've been putting in the work for over 20 years. I'm just now coming to the forefront of things. So when they sign my petition, they know that I'm making a commitment directly to them.
Wow. And so can you kind of explain to the viewers where that district is? What coverage do you have, or what areas of town?
Great question. In fact, we just put the zip codes on our social media so that people will know. So for District 124, it covers Greater Lackland, west side of San Antonio. So basically from Lackland on over to 1604 and Pooh Road, on over to 1604 in Calabria down to where it changes to Grissom, to Timber Hill, on over back to 410, on over to Commerce, and back over to Zazamora, and then back to Lackland. So roughly about a 10-mile radius is what it actually covers for District 124. So if you go on our platform on social media, you'll be able to find out exactly what zip codes are covered. But if you Google who represents me, the Secretary of State website has where you can go in there and put your address and see exactly who represents you, which is very important because you need to do your homework on all of us candidates and those who are already in office. You need to know who exactly represents you. And that is the first and foremost site to go on to see exactly who that is. Don't go by what somebody else says because you may be voting for the wrong person.
Right? You might not be able to vote. Right.
So go on the website and see exactly who represents you. And prayerfully, I will represent District 124 come November 2026.
Wow. So you've heard it, directly from L.D. Howard.
Yes, ma'am.
And the L.D. Howard campaign, the lead team member, LaKeisha D. Howard. And so what else would you like to let people know about, how they can get involved with your campaign? And we might talk about this at a later date, but just briefly, how can they get involved? So
the best way to get involved is to go on our website, www.teamldhoward4, and that's FOR, Texas.com. That is the first way to get in contact with us. Fill out our volunteer form. You can always utilize the email address and the phone number that's on the website to get in touch with us. But we want to have our community, regardless if you stay in District 124 or not, if you believe in the independent voice and you believe in humanity and helping create change in San Antonio and Texas, come on out and support us. Come on out and capture the voices that are echoing right now, their needs, what our district needs, what our community needs, what our state needs. It starts right here locally, and we can take these voices to Texas and upward together.
Wow. So thank you for all of that valuable information, and I hope you all were listening and taking notes. We're going to come back and talk to LaKeisha Howard again. We're going to invite her back so that she can give you more information on how to get involved, where to go, when they're going to be having events activated throughout the district, up until November. So,
yes, ma'am.
So let's hang out again. And
absolutely.
You've been tuned into The Coffee Break on TAN TV.
We love you.
And we'll be back. Ciao. morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're viewing from. This is Laura Thompson with TAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach, and you're tuned into the coffee break. And man, I can't get rid of this lady. I was, I'm gonna get in trouble because my coffee break is only supposed to be 15 minutes. But I invited her back. She had so much information to share that I wanted her to come back just for a few more minutes to talk about, how you can get involved in her campaign. I'm here with LaKeisha D. Howard. She is running for state representative for District 124, and she's running as an independent, so she's got some special instructions for what she has to do, and you can help her do that. But now she has like some volunteer opportunities, which all campaigns do, and she's running a stellar campaign, so you'll want to get involved in it. So thank you for coming back for a few minutes.
I am absolutely delighted to be right here in the presence of greatness. I appreciate the invite to come back.
Wow, so we're glad you were able to just stay over a little bit because there's so much information that we need to share, and you've got to educate people. Yes. and ask people, for help. And so this particular segment, we're going to talk about the volunteer opportunities to participate in LaKeisha's historic campaign.
Yes. Thank you so much, Laura. Again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Most importantly, I appreciate this platform to share what our needs are right now for Team LD Howard, independent candidate for District 124. So we are looking for volunteers because we are about to enter the phase of our signature petition drive. The big picture is we need block walkers.
Okay.
Individuals who will be willing to go in our community of District 124 and knock on doors.
Okay.
Introduce our campaign to our family, friends, and neighbors. Okay. You can go on our website to register to become a volunteer. We welcome everyone, even if you don't stay in the community of District 124. Because at the end of the day, this is about love in action for sustainability. And it's going to take the state of Texas, the city of San Antonio, and surrounding metropolitan area to make this happen for the independent voice. So volunteers are going to be truly needed for marketing our campaign, putting yard signs out. We're not going to do the big banners. I personally feel that if somebody's going to defame a banner that someone may have paid for, it's not a good use of somebody's resources. So we want to promote yard signs as much as possible in our communities. So our volunteers will get those yard signs out. We'll have volunteers for our different events that we're going to be having throughout the community over the next several months. We'll also need volunteers to answer our phones, because I don't want it to be a point where somebody ever call us and they don't have a voice on that other end. I don't want them to just have a voicemail. I want a voice on that other end for anyone that calls our campaign line. We are also going to need volunteers, like I said, for the different events that we're going to have. May it be volunteers creating awareness about the independent candidate, myself, LD Howard, or may it be just having a friendly conversation with someone who wanted to voice a concern so that we can address that concern. Even as a candidate, there may be resources that we can get for that concern that that person may have. So we'll need volunteers for that. We'll need volunteers to keep me accountable. Our volunteers are important for accountability and transparency. So we'll need volunteers for that as well. So all volunteers, all ages, my grandkids are all excited They have their
They
little
ready, huh?
T-shirts, vote for my Nana. So even my grandkids are going to be volunteers. So bring your grandkids as well. They will be welcome. We will always find something for everyone to do who is willing to be a part of this historical moment by allowing myself, the independent candidate, to be on the ballot for the general election and to win it according to God's plan.
Wow. So she's got a lot of work to do, so she's going to need a lot of people to come out and help. And I know she can. She's got great leadership skills and a great background to prove it. But, just listening to her today, you can tell that, she knows how to organize and build, constituency across the district. And so it was something that I wanted to expound on. Oh, so with these volunteers, you need block walkers, you need phone bankers, you need people to answer the phone, you need people to put out signs, yard signs, all of those things. So do you have orientation or training
Absolutely.
for individuals to go out and for them to know what to say and what to do?
Absolutely. We have a strategic training plan. One of the jobs I used to do at the VA was what was called on the moment training for customer experience.
Okay.
Not customer service, but customer experience. Okay. That's near and dear to my heart. How a person feels is very important. The service that they received is very important. Was it beneficial to the person in front? So in order to make sure that our family, not just I don't use constituents, I use family, friends, and neighbors.
Okay.
To make sure that they are heard, that they are impacted, we have to make sure that each person that volunteers with our campaign captures my heart, first and foremost, and secondly, understand the difference between customer service and customer experience, because there is definitely a difference between the two. If you focus on the experience, customer service automatically happens.
Wow.
When you focus on the experience, the person that is in front of you feels valued. They know that they're important. They know that you're not just talking the talk to get elected. You're talking the talk because you want to see better for the person that's in front of you. So in order to do that, we have designed a complete training for every volunteer. Okay, so anytime that you become a volunteer with Team LD Howard, the independent candidate for Texas House District 124, know that it is a labor of love, as my good friend Brenda Garza says, and it is love in action for sustainability. So we're going to make sure that you're fully prepared for everything that you will possibly experience when you're out in the community. May it be block walking, may it be going into a store, just sharing in line about this young lady, myself, who's running to allow and help the voices be heard in Austin.
Wow. So, what I know about LaKeisha is that she's a visionary. And so when she has a vision, if someone opposes that vision, she's going to move forward, but she's going to move forward in grace. And she's going to really give you a great explanation about her vision, why she feels like that, where that vision came from, and how it will work. So she's a can-do person. She's a person that can see the vision and knows that it works because she's worked through so many hurdles in her life. So she knows that, all you have to do is keep pushing forward, and that vision will come to pass. Then she'll have another one. So she's full of visionary ideas and ideals, and what better candidate to support for this next election coming up.
I appreciate those kind words.
So I'm a visionary too, and I envision her getting on the ballot. So
I envision me winning.
Right.
That's what I envision.
Right, but the next, she's longer term than me, but you got to get on the ballot to win. So I envision her getting on there, and so
yes, it's going to take the work to get there, and we're willing to do the work in love. We're willing to labor and do everything that we need to do ethically, legally, to get on the ballot and make sure our neighbors, our family, and our friends of District 124 voices taken to Austin.
And she knows how to just funnel through chaos with grace, and has the ability to get everybody on board and on the same page in order to make her vision come to pass. So
Yes.
You've been tuned into the Coffee Break on TAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach, and we've had the phenomenal, amazing, incomparable LaKeisha D. Howard, State Representative candidate for District 124. So thank you so much for stopping by and staying a little bit longer so we can have this conversation.
Please visit our website, www.ldhoward4texas.com. We look forward to you volunteering, supporting.
Ciao.